11, a man was taken to the hospital on Tuesday night after a crash between a motorcycle and a sedan. Madison police responded to the intersection of Nelson Road and High Crossing Boulevard around 5:30. Again, this was Tuesday night. An 18-year-old man was riding his motorcycle northbound on High Crossing Boulevard when the 64-year-old driver of the sedan tried to turn east onto Nelson Road, crashing into that motorcycle. The driver of the motorcycle was wearing a helmet and was taken to the hospital for non-life-threatening injuries, but he was cited for speeding here. The driver of that sedan was not hurt.